Hello and welcome to Hero Mode Audio Chronicles, episode 37. I'm your host, Curtis Under, but me again is Leland Stone.
Hey.
So what the fuck is up?
Nothing much. It's fucking, after chilling off after the last couple of warm days we had. Record warm.
Super warm. I'm loving it. Fucking melting all the snow, getting all kinds of rain.
Yeah.
Just like, no more shoveling.
It's actually, yeah, I thought it was supposed to be plus weather all week, but no.
It's not?
No,
it's dipping down again?
supposed to be like -2 tomorrow or something. Chances of
Oh, fuck it, I'm
snow.
leaving. Yeah. For a few
Yes,
days.
and you are going too.
See, Black Sabbath, yeah. Even though, well, I think, yeah, I definitely talked about it on the other shows, how it got cancelled and shit.
Yeah, but you were saying that you had a fuckery of a time going back up there.
My giddy fucking god, what a fucking time it's been trying to get ready to go back to that show. Like, you wouldn't believe, like, I was like in shock. I didn't know what to do at a certain point. Like, okay, so I'll start it back to the point of the show was cancelled and I'm coming home, right? So, waiting to hear about, we don't know when the fuck the thing is going to come back on, right? So I don't know if we're going to be able to, like, get the time to do it, and when, like, if the, you know, the other thing, yeah, fuck it, I might as well bring that up now, because enough people know. So you were out cleaning up your baby box, and I might have to do the same soon, because there's a baby on the way. So yeah, part of that could be too, if the reschedule was too far down the line, because we figured that there would be no way they'd reschedule it this quick. We figured that it would have to be at the end of the schedule that was set.
To come back.
Yeah, and, like, there was already talks of the schedule being extended to the following year for more dates.
Oh, okay.
Right? They're talking about making that tour go for a while yet. So I figured we had ages of time, but then it was like, alright, is it going to come to the point where the baby's being born? Or is it going to come to the point where he's, like, really young? Or, like, where's it going to hit? And so we're waiting. And then it gets rescheduled to March 2nd. So we found out in a decent amount of time. Took about a week, 2 weeks after it got reset. We found out. And we started talking about, you know, are we going to go back? Because, you know, it was a lot of money to spend to fly back to Alberta again. But
especially from Newfoundland.
Yeah, coming from Newfoundland. I mean, well, I think it was $1,400 for two of us the first time, going up, back and forth. And that's really not bad in the scope of Newfoundland to Alberta plane tickets, right? Like, there's people who spend that on one way.
Yo.
Well, depending on time of year, talking about Christmas and shit too.
Well, I've spent $1,300 coming home from camp.
Yeah, just getting back
on like a round trip for myself.
Yeah, exactly, like a one for one person, and that was both of us. So, yeah, we decided. It was like, no, yeah, let's go. Because the thing was, you keep your tickets, and we were curious if we'd get the tickets refunded because the tickets were fucking $400 each. So we got two of those, and we were waiting to see if we were going back before we checked on the refund. So I just inquired, is it possible? Like, what's the deal? First they sent me a message that was like, oh, well, if you have ticket insurance, you can get reimbursed for whatever.
Oh, yes.
So then I messaged him back. I was like, you better be fucking talking about plane tickets and things like that claiming, because you better not be talking about the ticket for an event that never happened. And then they said, email back, like, yes, you're entitled to a refund for your tickets. So from that point then, we're like, okay, so if we don't go back, we're going to fucking refund the tickets. At least save $800. So gets to the point that now, okay, fuck it, we're going to go for it. We're going to say we're going to go. So now it's getting time off work, getting everything else scheduled, your life around it. So it was no issue for me to get it because I just did the work that I was going to need to do while I was gone, right? Just fucking eat up my schedule ahead of time. But Carolyn can't get her time. She couldn't get the time off. So now it became, we have to get one ticket refunded. So next step was contacting Ticketmaster and asking, is it possible, if we wanted to refund one ticket, can we do that? Like, can we just say, like, because it was one order for 2 seats.
Oh, gotcha.
Right? So I said, is it possible to refund one seat? Right? Because they said, you know, you can refund. And they said, oh, we're here to help out. Tell us your order number. And I said, okay. And I wrote out order number whatever, row whatever, seat to refund, and set the single seat. So wait, 2-3 days goes by, and I get email back, we've refunded both of your seats. Thanks for your time. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so at this point...
No.
Yeah, at this point, I got the plane tickets booked to go back. And they just took my tickets. Both of them from me. Right? And I was like, whoa. I emailed them back. I'm like, whoa, slow down. I did not ask for a refund. Like, I said, I inquired about the possibility of refunding a single ticket if I so chose to do it. And I was like, this is not okay. And tell me the status. And you're like, oh, well, we can't stop a refund. Like, you can't do anything about it. Like, we just did it. And I said, well, you're going to do something about it because I didn't ask you to do that. Like, so I ate, and then, so I was sitting here, and I'm at this point, I'm just like losing my shit. I don't know what to do, right? Like, they just took the tickets, and they just said, no, sorry, can't do nothing about it.
Fuck.
And I lost it. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Like, I was like, you just took my tickets away from me, and you tell me now you can't fix it? I was like, this is horrendous mishandling. Like, this is terrible service. And I started, like, emailing a couple times, and I looked up the number to call him. So at this point, I'm like, alright, just chill for a second. I went upstairs for a minute, and I just talked to Carly, and I was contemplating, I was like, should I let her know? Like, should I let her know that they just took the boat of the tickets
So
away?
Carly didn't know any of this?
She didn't know this was going on. Like, she didn't know they took them, right?
Oh.
And I'm like, should I tell her? And I was thinking about it, and she was telling me about her day and everything, just talking about everything. And then after, I was like, guess what? I was like, I just gotta tell you. And she said, what? And she's like, well, I told her, it's like, they took both of the tickets back, like, for some reason. So, she fucking loses it. Like, starts crying. She can't believe, like, how she is. After then, also spending extra money for fucking plane tickets to go up, right?
To go back up, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, relax, chill out. Like, it's not a big deal, right? And so now I'm super flipped out. Like, because she's pregnant. And she's really upset, and this thing is going on, and it's also the reason. So I'm like, holy fuck. I was like, let's chill out for a second here.
Breathe.
Yeah. So then it came, I was like, okay, no, get on the phone, start talking to him, and so I get hold of a guy, and I said, we got a big fucking problem. Actually, I didn't even swear. I tell you, I'm more irate here now than when I was dealing with him. Right? I was pretty, like... I wasn't nice.
Excuse me, sir.
I wasn't nice to him, but I was civil, we'll say. You know?
Yeah.
I didn't try not to use profanity, because I know when it comes to customer service, there's certain places that have, like, deals where it's like, oh, if someone uses profanity, you got grounds to just hang up. And it's just whatever. So I was like, no, you're not getting away from me that easy, right? I'm playing this safe. Like,
Understood.
So I got a hold of Buddy. And I tell him what happens. He's like, oh, so sorry. I was like, okay, so I'm going to need those tickets, I'm going to need the tickets back. I need you to fix that. He's like, oh, well, we can't do it. We don't sell tickets. I was like, you don't sell tickets? I was like, what do you do? Like, he's like, oh, we just arrange delivery. I was like, arrange delivery? So I was like, well, put me in contact with someone who can sell me a ticket. Like, right? Like, get me a hold of someone. Fix this. And he's like, just puts me on hold for a bit. And he comes back. And first he tells me, he's like, did you call before? I said, call before? And he's like, yeah, did you call prior? And because we have a different number on file for the call. And I'm like, I was like, potentially. I was like, maybe there might be another phone number. I was like, I tell him a couple of phone numbers it could be, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, no. And I was like, listen, does this have anything to do with the issue that I'm talking to you about right now? Because I didn't call about this before. And he's like, oh, no, sorry. And then back on hold.
Jesus.
And so then he comes back, and he's like, we got one of your seats back. He's like, we got seat, whatever. I had like 17 and 18.
Yeah.
And he said, we still got 18. So like, we'll hold on, you still got your seat. And I was like, okay, so the seat's there? He said, yeah. I said, okay, thanks for your work to resolve the issue. And he's like, oh, we're so sorry this happened. I was like, no problem. So is it the same as before? Or is it the same ticket? Because before, it was the same ticket that I got when I went there.
Yeah.
Just hold on to it and go back with it. Right? So I asked him, is it the same deal? I was like, is this still like, I just take that ticket back and I'm going to go in with it? Because like, I don't want to go up with no ticket. And I was like, or do I pick up at will call like before? And he's like, no, the same ticket should work. And so I took the ticket. I was like, okay, we're set. And 2 days go by. I don't get no email confirmation on anything. And I never hear anything come up. He says that we refunded. He said the only thing is we can't refund the first purchase yet. Or we'll have to refund the whole first purchase technically and then charge the difference.
Okay.
So 2 days go by and I still don't see nothing. No changes on the statement. And nothing showing up in email to say your ticket is there or whatever, right? Because there was also an email chain regarding this issue, right? So I emailed that back again. I was like, I spoke to a representative. They told me that seat 18 or I was 28 or whatever was still there. I was like, can you confirm that this is the case and that the ticket is usable when I go back, or did I got to pick up whatever? No response. So then I call him back and get a hold of someone else.
Same guy.
No, get a hold of someone else and talk about the issue. And what ends up happening is they refunded the whole first ticket. Like the original 2 were gone. I don't have those seats anymore. But they got me another seat in the same row.
Okay.
So now instead of being 28, or I think it was 28 and 29. Now I'm 14.
Okay.
But in same row, 14, in row 7. And what's great about that, actually, in the end of it, is that Tani and Brent's is like 17 and 18. So we were going to be 10 seats apart.
So now you're going to be like almost next to them.
Yeah. So we were going to be 10 seats apart originally when it was me and Carolyn and all of them going. And now when I go back, after all the jigs and the reels of it fucking being retarded and almost losing the whole show, it comes right back, and now I'm getting closer to Brent and Tani for the show too. So it does work out in the end.
Did you get your confirmation email?
I got it. Everything.
Okay.
I Ticketmaster even called the house after to apologize. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so it is all sorted. But what a fucking stressful ordeal it was for me, because these shows mean a lot to me, right? Like, I love going to see these, and it's like a refresh, right? And it was gonna bug me. I knew that like if this fucked up and I still never got to see it, it would bug me for a long time. Like, I wouldn't be able to listen to the music for a bit.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like, because I wouldn't be able to get away from the obsession. So, good that it's getting resolved.
Wow.
So, flying back tomorrow. By this time tomorrow, I'll be on the plane on the way.
So, when is the concert? Tuesday or Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Okay.
But the only reason I actually booked it this day ahead was regarding what we were talking about earlier, the weather. I figured there was a fucking good chance of a snowstorm holding the day or pushing off a few hours, and I didn't want to take no chances of getting the plane to fuck me over.
True enough.
So I booked for getting up Monday night, so now I get up there and I got all Tuesday night and then shows on Wednesday.
When do you come back?
Thursday night.
Okay.
So yeah, fucking recover from the show, get up and go. Yeah, and it's going to be a time. It's funny because, like, going up with Brent, too, we went to this game store, like, retro games outlet thing, and they had a fucking awesome, like, setup. Like, so many Nintendo, Super Nintendo, all the Sega Genesis, and, like, a lot of it. Like, and organized, alphabetical. And, you know, you see stacks of the same game, and they're all priced the same, and it's, like, all of us laid out perfect. It was perfect. Like, I couldn't believe because the reason we even went there, he was like, man, I got to bring in this Donair place. And I forget the name of it, but he's like, they got this big-ass Donair, and I wanted to try it because there used to be a sick-ass Donair place in Miramichi when I worked at Fat Cat, and I wanted to compare. And there was guys saying, like, oh, well, some people say East Coast Donairs are better than West Coast, and I was like, who says that? Guys from the East Coast? Of course they say that. I was like, it's all good, it's fucking shaved meat and fucking balls of sauce, like, but got this massive Donair, like, the size of my forearm. And while we were there, next door was this just place. I was like, GameSpot. I was like, fucking dart in and check it out. And that's where I got... Actually, that wasn't even where I got Weapon Lord. I didn't buy anything thereafter.
I thought that's where you got Weapon Lord and...
No. I actually got that out in Calgary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at a fucking sketchier spot. But when I went there, I seen a pile of stuff and I was thinking about it. I figured... I was just thinking stupid. I was like, yeah, I'll come back. I'll think about it and come back. Never fucking came back, right? Obviously. Like, never got the opportunity. But now, we get up there Tuesday, we're going to go for another Donair. And then I'm going to pick up the games I was thinking about getting the first time.
Because you're coming back.
Yeah. So it's funny, like, it's going to be a good thing, but there's a NES game I want to get. It looks weird, but it's based on a fucked up anime. Well, kind of a shitty anime.
What's that?
Called Golgo 13.
Go 13?
Golgo.
Oh! Is that like a shooter?
Yeah, yeah. He's like this crazy super sniper hitman. Like, and the reason I said it, like, it's a cool anime, really, but it's not for me anymore. If I'd watched it when I was younger, I probably would have got right into it. But for now, like, the way the story goes is too boring for me because I know how it's going to go. It's too predictable because it's cliche, but the thing is, it probably invented the fucking cliche, right? Like, the thing that is probably...
It is in itself the cliche.
Yeah, like, that's probably where most of this came from for, like, the idea of who he is. But it just seems so old and kind of played out now to me. So I didn't watch it. But it might make for a good NES game.
Fuck it.
Right? And yeah, the reason I didn't like it is because it's the kind of hero where it's like, oh, we need this terrible... Nobody can fix this thing, this terrible situation. What are we going to do? We're going to get the guy that does this because he's the fucking... It's his show.
It's him.
And then he shows up and does it.
I got a guy for that.
Yeah. And it's so difficult. Is he going to be able to do it? And they just build up making your doubt, like, higher. But it's like, what are you even doing? Like, obviously he's going to shoot the guy. He's going to do it. This is why we're here. There's an episode after this.
Oh my god. Dragon Ball. I think it's the same thing. It's like, will he do it? Give me your energy.
It's like, he's going to do it. Hurry the fuck up and do it.
He's going to do it. It's going to take 27 episodes, but he's going to fucking do it.
Well, yeah. And that's why I actually want to get Kai, the original cut.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, apparently, the original cut is so, like, much faster that Raditz, all of Raditz is 2 episodes.
See, that's awesome.
Right?
Oh my god.
So, and I'm pretty sure, like...
That means, like, fucking the Frieza saga is probably, like, 6-7 episodes.
Right? A lot of those things aren't even in it. Like, the ones that we got were just fuller that Funimation did. Like, things that weren't even in the fucking...
What? They fatten up manga to put them on TV? Oh my god, no way. What?
Yeah. Hey, I'm pretty sure Naruto's like that. You'd know, because you watch it all.
Naruto. The whole... Oh, Jesus. Everything that's been going on in Naruto for the last, I'd say, 6 months is nowhere in any content before that.
Oh, yeah?
Like, the manga got up to, like...
It stopped?
Where the show is now, like, everything that they're doing is all filler. It is It's a book being read in the dream of a person who's been captured by the tree. Basically, like, if anyone knows what, like, watches it, they know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But, like, basically, like, this big fucking tree captures everyone and puts them in this infinite dream. Like, their best dream, basically. You know, where they want to be, type thing. It's this person reading a book, and the characters she's reading in the book are all the episodes. And it's been going on like this for fucking months. The thing is that it never happened in the manga at all. Like, any of it. It's all just filler. And on top of that, it's basically doing the show over.
Oh, taking the same arc.
She's reading the book, and, like, it's a different arc, but, like, it's basically started from the beginning of the show. And then, like, the Shippuden, like, beginning and intro, and fucking, oh my god, it's terrible. So bad. Like, I turn it on, like, fucking once a week just to see, like, if it's going to get past, like, that part. Because I want to see, like, the anime's, like, the book is done, the manga's done. I want to see how the anime portrays
these characters.
That part, that I want to see how canon it will be to the manga. But
is the manga stopped? Like,
yes.
No more coming out?
Well,
or at least, like, not in that run or that series?
Yes and no. As far as I know, they're supposed to be doing Boruto, which is his kid, and, like,
really?
and like, a new fucking,
and it's
like,
technically the...
Yeah, like,
but the show hasn't fucked with none of that.
No.
Just this weird book dream.
Yeah, it's all fill. And it's been fill for fucking months and months and months. And it wouldn't be so bad if it had anything to do with anything, but it doesn't.
So it's just a new story,
like it really doesn't mean anything. It's simply just a dream of someone in a fucking in like a cocoon.
Yeah, and that's one of the worst fucking cop-outs for storytelling. Is just the dream. Just like, guess what? It's a dream. Like, yeah, because it doesn't matter. It makes more. It's easy to fix everything that way.
But like on top of that is that like at first they're like, okay, everyone's caught up in the tree. And they were rolling through characters, and each one had their own, like, you know, this is my perfect life type thing in their dream. Then they got to this character, and it's just her reading a book, and then they spun that out, right?
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Because once the thing is that once she's done reading this book and she closes it, then she still has to finish her part of her dream before it gets out and back to anyone else or back onto the main story.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That sounds like, you know,
because
you're playing an RPG and you know there's
just
4 discs left.
Because it's not just her sat down reading a book, it's her talking to her assistant, and there's stuff going on, like, in the town at the time, and she's reading a book, like, in her pastime, and it's...
that's weird.
Fucking terrible. So terrible.
But I mean, that's something that seems to be pretty common with like the Eastern kind of storytelling for manga and anime. They managed to fucking make an episode out of like nothing. Like,
oh yeah,
you know, everything, and so cheaply done when you think of like the production practices. Like so many still shots that are just pans, beautiful artwork. But that's where they do the smart thing. Like it competes with like high level media because it's excellently done work. But it's like sometimes I would say a lower volume, but even then it's like no, because those guys are like machines pumping out fucking stuff out there, right?
See, like
I can't say low volume or anything. They're just monsters. They're just fucking like production demons.
We need this out. Done.
Yeah,
but they're fucking ninjas.
Yeah, seriously, like the amount of shit they put out for a story, like,
anime ninjas,
like. Hajime no Ippo, the boxing one. Johnny was into it, right? And so there was a series that was whatever, I don't know, like it finished up at like, I don't know, 100 or something, or 80 some episodes, and then there was another series which was like, you know, almost like Shippuden or whatever, where it's like the EX version of the show.
Yeah.
Like same thing. Hellsing did it, right? Hellsing had the original one just had a fucking story arc, and then they made
Hellsing Ultimate.
Yeah, and it's just the same thing, but then it's told kind of different. There's different shit happens, but it's the same arc.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's the same thing.
It's pretty much the same thing, yeah.
You know, and it's just animated and filled. Like, so it's funny that they do that, and you don't see stuff over here do that much. No, you do. It's our movies that do it, though.
Yes.
Right? We do it in movies where they do it in series. Like, they do so much work to create the content that it's a whole fucking new series. Which is kind of what I want us to be doing. Like, I want us to really kind of not get stuck in too much of the Western ways of development, because there is like very like almost, I want to say, cultish fucking following for certain like ways, like everything. Convention is there for a reason in certain aspects, but in some aspects it's kind of crippling and like stifling. When there's now technology gives us so many different options that were never available when these kind of ways to do things were first like made. Like when we talked about before, that anime that you liked, looks like it's kind of like a game with the 4 chicks. They all got weapons. They all different colors.
Oh, I haven't fucking watched it.
Ruby?
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a long time.
So I read an article on Ruby, and the team that made it, Rooster Teeth, the way that they made that show, madness, savage, super fast. Like they put that thing out in no time, and it was all using a program called Poser mainly. So, which is like they just thought outside of the box of production, because normally what you would have done is like create a character rig for the animators to take and make all the scenes with, and so you have like it's almost like it's kind of like stop motion, right? You actually have the rig that you're using, whereas this would be like to transfer it into practical terms, it would be like having a machine 3D print every frame uniquely, right?
Oh,
so
okay.
Poser, it gives you models, and you can edit models in there, like, and they're all fully rigged right away. So what they would do was actually make different models for every pose. So like, instead of trying to make a rig that was so dynamic and well done that you could animate this crazy like motion, they would just make a new model for that frame to have all the parts and pieces that it needed, right? So in a sense, it's almost like a 2D animation principle where it's actually a new drawing, but in 3D geometry made with this program poser. And that's also why. But to me, there's a certain loss to it too, because the reason I don't kind of like Ruby is that the animation timing is kind of fucked for my tastes.
I know what you mean.
So but to me, that's also a side effect of how fast they did it and that method, because I don't think it gave them such a good control over watching and combing over the visual during the process as much as it would have been after the fact. Kind of like old school animation would be take a bunch of pictures, feed it into a machine for half a day, and then watch it on a screen and try and figure out notes on how to go back and fix it. Like, but and then this is all like they probably had better production practices for that. But I'm just musing at what it could be.
I haven't seen that show in a while. I did enjoy it very much.
It looked cool, and I mean it's done really well. Like Rooster Teeth do some cool shit. And actually, they're a good example of who looks at a modern medium and says like, yeah, we'll use it like this, like fucking Halo, like Red vs. Blue. They made a whole show from fucking Halo multiplayer.
True.
Right? Whole series of characters, recurring themes, like seasons, that eventually became a fucking anime with like Madhouse level animation.
Madhouse.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it did. But yeah, those guys are doing some shit. So and that's the kind of stuff I'd like for us to look more into, like non-traditional means to tell the story, which we're doing a bit. Like we got Puppet Nurse Bear there in the corner. Right?
Still missing an eye.
Yeah, she'll get that back. I think it's right there.
She's
actually.
a nurse.
There by the lamp.
She'll fix it. She's a nurse.
Yeah, she'll heal herself. 1d6. How many d6 to get your eyeball back? Say one to do it. One or two. One. Speaking of which, too, I'd like to talk about Ultra Clash. I'd like to get that moving faster, and now, especially with some of the stuff that you've discovered with production for it, I think we can have it faster now.
What's that?
Like the...
For the print, yeah.
Yeah. So, it's just about getting all the characters ready, and I've been doing stuff like trying to design Douche Bro, and it was funny, actually, when I opened him up to look at him, didn't even recognize it or remember it.
Really?
Yeah, I just when the fuck, where did this come from? Like,
Douche Bro.
So I got another one done of him though. I'd like to get that going sooner than I originally planned, and Jaro might be a little bit slower going, right? The way I've been thinking about it is we need to get a little bit more time. I mean, it'll give us good time to get good promotion and time on the cinematic stuff, because that is actually a lot of work left to get the cinematics going. And I don't want to rush through it, because that's part of like what I think the reward for the game is too. Is like the reason you want to play through is to see all the story happen. I know, because that's what used to keep me going in like old school platformers. You want to see like next Ninja Gaiden fight like that fucking fight in the field, you know. Or at least that was kind of a reward. So I want to make those fucking super badass and give us some time to burn some interest into the audience. So hopefully we got Ultra Clash rolling soon. I mean, I wanted to have it for NGX anyway, so we can play the tournament. But I might even have it well in advance, and we can get some play demos up. And I'll show you. I got the shit he got.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's I'll tell you the stats. He's a cost 13, power 13, defense 5, and health and initiative 13. Every turn, he can't be targeted by actions, and every turn he can take a character from your roster and throw him into the grave face down instead of attack.
Okay.
So basically, he counts down the game, like to him winning.
Interesting.
Yeah, because he'll just keep killing your dudes, putting them in the graveyard. You won't score points for him, but eventually you got nobody to put out. And 13, with 5 defense is going to kick the fuck out of people. But he's a one game, he's a fucking, like, game-winning kill. If you can take him out.
True. But taking him out.
Yeah, but you got to do it by brute force is the only way.
But you said he can do that once per turn? Or is it once
instead of attacking?
On your turn?
Instead of attacking.
Oh, instead of attacking.
That's what I'm changing some stuff to be instead of attack. Like Nurse Bear is changing from instead of once per turn being a half d6, instead of attack 1d6.
Okay.
Right? So, and that's what I've been doing with some of the abilities is like trying to shift it up because I found like when we were doing stuff, right, the order in which stuff happens kind of can shag stuff up. Sometimes get confusing, get messy. So I wanted to try and like lock stuff down, be a little bit more clean. So it's more like just bang bang. And I think it's
a counterattack is still considered an attack.
Yeah, a counterattack is always just
so Nurse Bear could heal on your turn if she has a counterattack.
Right.
Okay.
Instead of attack, she can heal. So she could you could fucking punch her in the mouth, and then she heals.
Okay.
Right. And I think you know who's gonna come. Like you should really when I get his new ability in the Destroyer Clan Warrior, like the basic enemy from Jarro.
Yeah.
He's basically a gun. Like he can shoot people. Like he's already got a gun. So I think that ability with like multi-attack is pretty fucked. No, he can shoot 7 damage then.
7?
Yeah.
Oh, could just wait. But it's instead of attack, isn't it?
Right. So one die attack here. You know, instead of 1d attack. You can split your dice up to make multiple attacks.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's why multi attack specifies multiple attacks. So same thing with Nurse Bear. She has I think a power of 6. If she has multi attack, she can heal 6 times.
Oh fuck! I never thought about that. I figured it's just because like where you're not doing like attacks, you wouldn't.
But it's the same, just like you said, the same example, right? But multi-attack just makes it so you have attacks equal to your power, which is shitty. Well, it's okay normally, but it doesn't become powerful until you are like you can do something else instead of attack.
Well, yeah. Well, now I'm wondering what is changed to instead of attack.
Yeah. Well, think about now if you give this didn't even change. Think about. If you gave a gun and multi-attack to the Titan.
Jesus.
You can mow people down.
You can kill anyone.
You can wipe the board. Yeah.
Oh, that's... Yeah.
But you gotta get it. It's not something that's gonna show up. Like, and there's lots of ways to stop it. Like... Right? And that's what I like about Ultra Clash so far, is that the way I've been trying to design it is that oh shit, that's really strong. But... oh shit, what he has is also very strong. So there's always something to be like, nope, bablamo. Something crazy just oh, bablamo. No, it's all... it's like fireworks. There's always... I try to have always big shit going off. So that's why I try to make very few like cards that seem like half lame. Like, you know, there's fucking magic cards where it's like... You can barely understand how it'd be useful. Like, there's one... Like, why the fuck would I do that? Like turn a guy... turn one of your own cards face down. Like, morph one of your own dudes down. It's like, morph was there for you to get a character in, and at a different cost, you know, and potentially just rock them as a 2/2, and to give you, like, a go-to for creatures, too. But the flip, the morphing up, was so powerful, right? But even that's a poor example, because, like, I'm sure someone is like, this is why you would do it. But I can't think of it. But there was one called Break Open, which I never understood, because it was flip over one of your opponent's cards. Morph one of your opponent's face down guys. And that's all it did. Gave them a free morph. You paid for it.
What did you...
You can't do it to your guys.
But would they get the benefit of it if it wasn't under turn? Or if they didn't,
like,
or if they didn't spend the mana for it?
Almost all of them just say when they morph, this happens.
Okay.
And it's just morphs them for them.
There must be something else that goes with it.
That's what I mean. I couldn't figure it out.
Like destroy target card that turned face up this turn or something.
But then it's like, how you're really going to go for that far of a...
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean?
Need them in your hand.
Yeah. And that's kind of what I mean. Like, I try to make shit like always be pretty nasty. And what I've been finding is that people gravitate towards what's very obviously nasty and forget that, like, if you look over here, this is actually pretty fucked up, but no one's played it enough to see how it will be, like, powerful, right? But on top of that, like, the way the game functions with, like, randomly putting out people, and everyone always has 3 people. Like, both people are always pretty geared.
Yeah.
Right?
I still think those other modes that we were fucking around with were
I think we could take that and make a different game.
Well, yeah, it would have to be a bit different.
Because I don't think that game works. Like, I think there's a lot that falls apart with that.
It's the attack structure.
Yeah, but, like, the idea that you're going with, I think, is a good premise to start building another game. You know what I mean? A game that is more based on a one-on-one slug out, right? And also, like, and that's something else I was thinking about today, is, like, what's going to be the next non-digital game that we make? Because I was piling those ideas too, right? And, like, cards were the easiest one to start with. Because it's the least amount to worry about physically.
A good, solid board game.
Yeah, I mean, totally. I remember that fucking Ninja one we tried. I tried the mock-up used to play when you were over at Nelson's. Remember we were playing, it was me, you, Wallace, and Zoe. Fucking playing this. It had, like, marbles. Everyone had I had it drawn on canvas. These, like, dollar store canvases was your character. And your health was these beads that you laid out on it. And it was everyone playing cards to, like, everyone was a ninja, but you're trying to get these treasures that are in everyone's deck or something.
I can't remember that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, we were playing that at your place, but it was too fucked up. Like, it didn't work right. And the idea never come together, so I didn't like it. But Ultra Clash is, so far, I'm happy with it. Like, it plays, and people play it, like, and enjoy it. So, I'm happy with this one. But the Ninja one was fucked. It's not going to go. It needs a whole retooling to the idea. But
we'll get back to the ninjas.
Yeah, ninjas are coming for sure. But I think, what you started from that is a good starting point to now build the next game. That's a more one-on-one focus. We could build, like, a whole different type of game using the same fucking cards.
Well, I'd like to use the same cards because it gives you more options if you were to buy it. It's not like you got to sit down and play just this one way.
Yeah. So, but, like, forget everything about what this way works.
Yeah, it would be a completely different, like, mode.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
So I mean, like kills would work out differently. Like,
man, you could do it differently so that, you know how the way this deck builds, it doesn't matter how many total, like, cost comes out. We can make a game where cost is more now it works more like a lot of other games do, where you build a deck by adding up the cost. So you can't have...
Yeah, like you have a deck limit, essentially.
Yeah. So total overall, so, like, Brahm's going to take up 5 slots. He's sick. He's going to do great in fights, but he's 5 fucking points. He's maybe half your deck, you know? Like, automatically. Because really, when you build for Ultra Clash this way, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, you kind of want to build less.
Well...
Like, you kind of want lower cost.
You would want...
Because you'll win the game, like, by taking out their big guys, but their big guys could pound the shit out of your little dudes.
Yeah.
Right? Because imagine, like, the other day, you had the first 3 guys was enough points to lose the game.
Oh yeah, like as soon as you put everything on the field.
But if you had when Ultra Clash Set 2 comes out, I think there'd be enough that people will be able to almost make a furry deck. And furry deck is going to be like Slithers, where they all boost each other and they cost very little.
But you're still limited to 3 on a field at a time.
Yeah, but you have to kill 6 or 7 before the game ends, and they only got to take down 3 yours.
True, and they'll be benefiting from each other.
Yeah, right.
Oh, the furries.
So, and that's what I mean. Like, I'm having fun with setting up that kind of archetypes, and, like, even getting inspired from stuff like the Slithers, right? Just to see, like, just the idea of a group that all gives each other unique benefit. It was great fucking design trouble, you know.
And so dangerous.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like, a Slither on Slither match is madness. Like,
well, I actually
or Sliver.
I watched that. Wallace was playing Zoe, Sliver on Sliver.
Yeah,
and it was just they all had everything. Like,
everyone's like a fucking 99 trampling death. Like,
well, they all got tokens. They all had the I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, but yeah, like, basically, like, every time one of them died, they all got better. But you could always keep putting more out. Like, tokens upon tokens upon
So
tokens, and they all have everything.
So they're just murdering each other, but it just doesn't matter because there's more and more coming.
Yeah, it was basically who can attack first at one point, because they used cards to just stifle each other and stall each other.
Oh wow! But see that's a great. But like I mean, Magic is pretty fucked sometimes and kind of boring sometimes. Like I don't like the idea that you don't want to play a certain color because of how it might affect the game. You know what I mean? I'm trying to keep that aspect out, which I don't think that even exists in ours. Like that potential. There's not a bogged down type of play. Like the only type is kind of having high defense guys.
Yeah, some guys can be just really fucking hard to get through.
Yeah, basically, if you got defense 5, you're a tough nut. And I think some of the toughest guys is Jarro and Braum.
Jarro, Braum, Rose got 5,
4, but he re-rolls.
Oh, not Maddox.
Vandal. No, you got 4. Most of the Vandal chain crew except for Braum got 4, but a lot of them got re-roll your defense. Like
does Goddard?
Goddard kills people. He's like 7-4. I think he's 7-4, 6-5 or something like that. And every hit deals 2 damage. Phil Crosby's defense 4.
So it's only really Braum and
Jarro that got the 5s. But you can get defense mode on someone.
Yeah.
You can make them 5, right?
I'm trying to remember. There's one card that like I can't ever see putting in the deck.
I've changed a lot of the shitty ones, like Millennial and Douchebro.
Because Douchebro was just 3s.
But
right down the board. And now I understand his ability, but I mean, like, still, he's terrible.
Well, yeah, he's a 1. And I fucked with him, too. I'll need to show you now after, like, the changes. But he still has... No, I changed him to do something else. Or did I? I changed Martin. I changed the name from Millennial to Martin. And he's got a new ability. His is, whatever damage he takes, he can deal. He can shoot.
Who's that? Which one got that?
Martin. The kid.
Really?
Yeah. So whenever he gets hit, he can shoot that back at anyone.
Uh-huh. Oh, that makes him way better.
Exactly, right?
What about Douchebro?
He's got some change, too. I fucked with him a bit. But I can't
because Millennial's terrible.
That's what I mean. I was like, no, I don't want... Like, that's why I had to keep seeing it. Like, I don't want to play this character. So he's fucked.
That's the thing. Like, you want the option there to be like, okay, I'd have this in my deck.
Yeah.
You don't want to have any cards where it'd be like, no.
Yeah, exactly. I want when people make their decks to be like a hard decision. And more like you're making it thematically. Like,
well, that's why you should have it so that it's not like limited to weight of the deck, but more so like how many attackers you can have, basically.
Yeah, that's why this Ultra Clash is built like that. So it's not like you can.
Is it 10?
What that you to win?
No, 10
characters.
Like 10 characters. Yeah.
Yeah, in your roster is
you can have 10.
Yeah,
okay.
And any 10, regardless of cost.
Well, that's what I mean. Like any 10. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and that's what the balance is. Just that the cost is going to bite you, right? The more you have heavy dudes, the quicker you're going to lose the game. Because there's always something to fucking bring someone down. Like,
yes,
right?
Yes, there is.
And that's, again...
Throw Ninja Stars and Finishing Blow.
Oh, I changed Hemo Guzzler, too. He's got a different ability.
Oh.
Yeah, he works different. Because I found him kind of queer, the way his ability was going off.
On hits?
Yeah. No, it still does that, but it works differently.
Oh.
And his power is different, too. So his initiative... his power is equal to his health.
Really?
Yeah, his power equals health minus damage. So when he gets hit, he has less hits. But
what's his hits now, though? What's his power?
No, his health is 8.
Okay, well, so his power is 8.
Yeah. So he starts with 8, and he's also got 8 initiative, which is fucking high.
But he loses attack as he gets hurt.
Yeah, and
what's the defense? Defense is still low.
3. 4.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's fixed. Or it might. I can't remember. No, I think it's 4 now. And the way it works, this is the change. At the end of combat, if you're still alive, you heal back to however many hits you scored. Because it was so weird to figure out that timing on like hits versus what it does to the health when.
Yeah.
Right. So it's basically if you can kill him, if you can do 8 damage in the one first shot, you'll take him out. But if the first combat happens, you attack him, he's going to counterattack. He's got 8 initiative.
So end of all combat.
Yeah. Now, it resolves. You both attack, and you do your counterattack. That resolves. You took 4 health off of him, but he hit you 5 times. and he's not dead. Back to 8, right?
Gotcha.
So yeah, there's been some adjustments because I'm just trying to tighten up the game because and it's good that we've been playing like we should do another day like that and actually like maybe even shoot it to show previews of like the gameplay. But I'd like to get the cards further along too in the same token. That's why I was working on there yesterday to try to get like get backgrounds and shit and design some new characters like Douche Bro and get the Warlord got designed last week, so I put him on the card and I updated the Titans artwork to be I took it from that story preview where he smashes the building.
Oh, okay, not the okay.
Yeah. So I use that, and I took the text thing off of him, where there would be text like to describe an ability. I was thinking about it after like any character that doesn't have an ability is just stats. Like just take that off and have a full art thing, right?
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yep.
Almost like. You know how you see those cool magic lands that don't have the tap for whatever ability on them?
Yeah, it's
or
just
tap for mana.
Yeah, just the full card.
Yeah, just the art. I was like those. So then I was thinking the same thing because one I'm just going to put an empty white band across. Right.
Basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ultra Clash.
Ultra Clash. Let's get that rolling soon. And speaking of other shit to be at though, I don't know if you noticed one of the posts on Twitter recently. I threw up something from a while ago.
Which one?
Eaters in the Woods.
Eaters? No.
So it's an idea I've got for a horror movie that I was working on for a bit. I still think it's one we can pull off relatively easily because I've been thinking about the monster design, how to practically make it, and it's a pretty simple thing to do. And you'll see the way the monster is seen from the preview too. Like if you look at the kind of teaser image, I guess. It's basically these eyes and teeth that float in the woods. So you just see like the way I wanted to like shoot it is like we'd be camping or whatever the fuck you're in the woods for whatever reason because I don't even want to do just straight up camping. I want to do something more practical like around here. Lots of people in the woods all the time for piles of reasons, and they don't fuck camp that often.
That's very true,
right? So there's practical reasons for people to be out in the woods in this scenario, in this area like Newfoundland, right? So and that's why I want to keep it a bit more honest too in its portrayal, like literally shoot it here and almost like have it like as if it was an urban legend here, But the idea of the movie is that how you never find like a carcass in the woods, like there's never anything around.
Very true.
Right?
You don't stumble upon like just dead animals.
No, they're always forced pretty clean place. And it's like, what? Where's it going? The eaters in the woods. So the way I was gonna sling it, it's like the idea is almost since there's like damage to wildlife, the amount of wildlife is changing. That's the reason now that they're gonna start eating people that are not dead. So yeah. And I think it's a fun visual to fuck with because the way I always try to come up with these monsters, I would try to put myself in a place like, what could I see right now that would be scary? Like, what would be weird to see, but not so fucking fantastical that you'd be almost like not even really scared as much as you would be like interested to go look at it. Like,
what's that? How peculiar.
Because like if I made like some weird like predator monster design, I guess it could be pretty scary, but. I don't know, it feels weird. Like, why would... I don't know. But yeah, it's a simple visual. It's like these floating eyes and teeth that, like, you get to see, like, peeking... Imagine, like, you're looking through, like, a bunch of trees. So you're getting all this parallaxing, like, stuff in your way. And all you're seeing is flickers of stuff you don't even really know what it is. And it moves in strange ways. But then when you see, like, you can kind of make it out, then it's kind of almost too late.
The ears.
Yeah, and that's what, like, I want to cut a trailer too, and that'll be one of the things that, like, characters talk about. You ever wonder why you never find anything in the woods? Yeah, that'd be simple enough to be really quick teaser. Just have to shoot a couple of scenes. Because I want to make it almost, like, more guttural. Like, more, like, and we need to get some decent recording gear, because I want to have, like, the real sounds of, like, outdoor trek through the woods, heavy breathing, really practical. Not fucking Blair Witch, but but like I don't know. I'm trying to think of a movie that has that real like close up fucking gritty feel of like really being where you're to. You know, like, because you know how, like, a lot of movies almost, like, it glamorizes the location, like, it's fucking almost a fantasy setting, even though it's supposed to be, like, some dude's backyard.
There's no such thing. If you ever go out into the woods, just, like, random spots, there's no such thing as the perfect camping spot.
Exactly. So, what I want to do
You're sleeping on a rock or a branch or something, like...
Well, and the natural the natural flow, it makes it interesting, so, like, we'll find a place.
Root, I mean.
Yeah, but we'll be able to find places where it's like, let's make it a difficult time to get away from these things because you are out in the fucking woods and it's not a fucking straight path to be running on. Like, and the moment to moment of dealing with that stuff on top of the monster and everything, I think is where you get the real fucking tension. Like, it really feels like, yeah, like you would be like scrabbling over fucking loose rocks and fucking like holes in the ground and shit. Like, not just like running and suddenly your ankle gives out. You know?
I just can't do it. And just stopping and...
Yeah, like all that bullshit. Like, it'd be like a more...
You land on the ground and you just turn and look, don't move. Just...
I think it'd be fun to plan out logistically too, you know? Like, actually go out in the woods and be like, alright, if I was the monster coming now, you're trying to get over this, when am I going to get you? Like, what? He's coming this fast. Like...
Well, in that case, I mean, like, essentially we'd be chasing, one of us would be chasing the other.
Yeah. And that's what, we'd get the real honest fucking, like, pacing, right? That would make it feel, like, scary. I think that's the difference. Because, yeah, when someone's half-assing us, and then, you know...
Yeah, it's basically like, put us fucking so many paces apart.
Yeah.
Catch them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know...
And don't get caught. That's the mentality.
And why always busting out into the open fucking clean field where they're just like track star running?
Yeah, like if I'm gonna have difficulty getting over this, they might have difficulty getting over this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this route.
Yep, exactly. That's a great example too. And how the monster. That's I've mostly you're not gonna see it, but I want to have a few points where you're gonna see hints of what could be parts of it. Right, and that's I don't ever want to really ever show it completely. Like, but I want to have like a bunch of things happen where you're like, what the fuck is that? So one part is the eyes and the teeth and stuff, but like when there's certain parts, maybe it creeps around and you see something else coming out of it at some point, but I'm not sure what it's going to be yet. Like, tentacle doesn't feel right, but like I don't know, we might even go get old like moose bones and fucking cover them in like oil and shit, you know, like put it on a rope. But I want them to do practical. Like, I want us to build this out in fucking shed. Like we'll do some CG...
Making monsters.
Totally. But we'll do some CG alteration to the monster, like glowing eyes and shit. But I want to make a monster. Like, really build the bastard. Have it live out in the shed. Like...
Deadly. Have it up on the roof.
Yeah, we'll put it up in the attic after. Like...
Anyone comes in, they're like, ah!
Take a look up there. You gonna get me that? Ah! And hang it up for Halloween, then.
Oh, that'd be sick. Put it out on your front lawn.
Yeah, just hanging out there. Or even, depending on what it is, it might be a Halloween costume, for fuck's sake, you know? Like,
true enough.
So, yeah.
Bring that up.
And one more thing I wanted to bring up. Just a stupid thing I seen today I wanted to see about, like, what you thought. I don't know. Japan's a pretty cool place. But some of their ideas are a bit out there.
What's that?
And this one seemed to be, like, so celebrated that I just don't understand why, like, it seemed so great. Like, why this was like, oh my god. And there's like a press conference and you see people taking pictures. But I think it's Tomatan. It's a robot.
Tomatan?
It's a robot that rides on your back and feeds you tomatoes while you run.
What?
It's a little robot. It looks like a red-headed, like it's got a big round tomato head, and it looks like it has legs, like it's a backpack type setup. But it looks like legs sitting over your shoulders with feet, and it's got arms that reach back behind, grab a tomato, and put it in front of your face. So like you're running like this, and there's a switch right here to make them do it, and the dude's just fucking giving her,
just
and then hits it,
just click,
ding, puts it in front of him. Ow. Just starts chomping into the tomato and keeping on running.
Oh my god!
And there was like video of like him at a press conference, people taking pictures, like presenting this robot. Like, is that really a robot? This is like a glorified like lever. Like,
really?
Yeah. I mean, I guess it picks out the tomato, maybe.
Well, I mean, it could be like a fucking Pez machine, and all it does is just put it in front of your face. I mean, that's not a robot per se.
No, that's a feeding muzzle, like an advanced muzzle. And tomatoes while you run? Is this something that I don't understand, or is this like a new thing? Is this like the CrossFit super?
When it comes to like foods and stuff over there, it's just okay.
Yeah, whatever you're into, I guess.
Like raw egg over rice.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
no.
true.
I mean, no thanks.
Now they got some good shit.
No doubt. But it's just that I just stopped questioning.
Yeah, exactly. Totally.
Whatever you want to do, man.
Well, yeah, that's the kind of thing.
I'm gonna eat shit. Yeah, sure. Go ahead. I'm not going to enjoy it, but you go ahead.
We actually, it's funny. Remember the shit.
We've already talked about that.
Yeah. Delicious. Still can't understand that, but it fucking makes a lot of money.
Oh no, I don't really want to think about it anymore. We had enough conversation about that.
True. So yeah, tomatoes.
Tomatan. That's fucking. Aw, they're like, aw, Tomatan.
Yeah, he's just like, eat tomatoes. You fat bastard, eat another tomato. You need to run.
Tomatoes are good for you. Eat.
And we did a test run earlier of fucking Twitch streaming. So people check out HeroModePlay.
HeroModePlay for your streaming goodness.
Yep, we're going to be streaming some probably Street Fighter for a little while, or I mean whatever else you want to jump into. You got the account too.
Well, you were playing Street Fighter earlier and you were streaming it, and you said there were some rage quitters.
We got one rage. I don't know if I was trying to see. Like, I think there was a couple of rage quitters, but I know there was one. Like, yeah, there was one guy first round beat him, and then just opponent lost, kicks you out, right? But there was other ones where after I won, it said like failed to complete the event or something pops up. It's like results not sent. Something like that comes out for the server.
Oh.
So I'm thinking that like once they lose, like as the fucking ding hits, they fucking kill it. And it nixes the fucking...
Oh, okay.
Right? That was what I'm thinking after, because that came up for a lot.
People just getting fucking their ass handed to them, and then just all of a sudden, nope, fuck that.
Yeah, exactly. Just jump.
I'm not taking that loss.
No, I mean you gotta take your fucking lumps. That's fucking just bitch work. That's what I mean. I got fucking torn up by Nikali. Like the dude knew what the fucking was up.
Yeah, you were saying his mid-range should do it at the end instead of like any time in the beginning.
And that's what's awesome about going online and getting your ass kicked by people who are awesome. You get to see shit that you never thought of. Like, yeah, I never understood Nikali very much, and the way I seen him use his V-trigger ability made perfect sense after, because what I was really thinking about, he more plays on the stun. Like, he got my stun bar up fast, and I was becoming really aware of that. Right? And I think that's how Nikali's supposed to be played. I think he's a heavy offense fighter that tries to keep your stun bar up, because he plays best when he's like on you, you know. But yeah, his V trigger was, instead of, because I always used to pick at people like almost like a range attack, right? Just try to hit him with it. But he was lighting me up with a combo and then tag me with it when I fucking fly away. So I was getting the extra stun up too.
Savage.
But fun game. Loving some Street Fighter. Even if there's rage quitting bitches, I don't care.
Fuck them. Bitches be put down.
It's alright. That's enough for this week. Catch us on iTunes and YouTube. Check us out at hero_mode. At hero_mode. At hero_mode. Now you're going to know it.
I don't even know. What is it?
I forgot. And yeah, check us out. Yeah, like I said, on Twitch now, HeroModePlay. We'll be streaming some of that shit.
Gotta get the YouTube gaming set up for that too.
Yeah,
just to kind of have it stream wherever we can.
Yeah, no, maybe we'll fuck with some Ustream later too, because that's one I'd like to look into for some other stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I know like that's good for non-game broadcasts too, just like broadcasting something, whatever. So I don't have any actual plans for a live show or anything, but you know, maybe it's something we'll fuck with. Who knows? Doubtful. Like, it's not really in our wheelhouse right now. We got nothing planned that would fit it.
Maybe for the future.
Yeah, but it's something to look into.
So yeah, Twitter, Facebook, subscribe.
Yep, and Next time.
Next time.